Kono bangumi wa goren no sponsor no teikyo de okurishimasu. Yeah.
Oh.
Garfield deserves no introduction, and not because you know who he is, but because the comic strip is not, and never has been, funny in any way, shape or form. It's a daily comic strip that has been running for 39 years, which ran out of jokes less than 1 year into its existence, and is penned by the talentless hack Jim Davis. The comic is kept together by a few loose themes. Garfield hates diets, will eat anything and everything, including in one instance, a purse, and is by far the laziest piece of fluff on the planet. His owner, John Arbuckle, is a clueless romantic with zero future prospects, just like his author, Jim Davis. I don't doubt for a second there are people who find Garfield funny. I suppose they also watch shows like Love Island and bite their nails over who's going to win the X Factor. I will also concur that even though the Garfield strips are boring as heaven, at the very least the animated show can be extremely funny, thanks to the top, sarcastic wit of Lorenzo Music.
Did you just see? I've heard of fast food, but this is ridiculous.
But one piece of Garfield media that cannot be defended, worse even than the comic strips, is the reason why we're talking about Garfield on Sushi Bites. Some genius thought it would be a good idea to make A Week of Garfield. Not another Week of Garfield, hell no. I barely survived the last one with my head intact. First off, this game looks absolutely dreadful. One artist worked on this, probably. Can't be bothered to check. I hope it was one artist, because if 4 eyes worked on this instead of 2, then the human race is doomed. This isn't subpar, this is sub-subpar. This may even be the worst looking game I've seen on Famicom. Quite frankly, staring at this is an insult, and I should be paid compensation for the damage it's doing to my eyes. Just look at this stupid cat. Is any of this normal? Game's bad too. You lose power faster than I burn through my paychecks on eBay. The only time you're safe in this game is when you're kicking, or at least that's meant to be the case. Even when you're kicking enemies, if you're not kicking them in exactly the right spot, you still take damage. Garfield's maximum health is tiny. If he takes just a tiny bit of damage, then he's already dead. Like Kenshiro gave him the slightest little tap and he just explodes into gore. If Garfield exploded into gore, it would make this game a hell of a lot better than, landing flat on your face. What about extra lives? Extra lives? What's that? Die in the game, you die for real. They had the courtesy to let you restart from the level you're on, so at the very least I won't be pulling all of my hair out this time. What about the story? Let me guess. Garfield doesn't like Mondays, he eats some lasagna, and then falls asleep moaning about diets. Oh no, that's every Garfield strip ever. In this game, Odie has gone missing. Yes, Odie the dumb dog Garfield likes to kick occasionally. Garfield takes it on himself to find Odie, which involves traipsing through suburbia, kicking animals to death, and collecting keys to open doors. I don't think there's any point carrying on with this. So did this game fail to get a release because of licensing issues, as the sources tell me? No, Jim Davis took one look at this and thought, oh hell no, I can't be letting them put a game like this out there, it'll hurt the Garfield brand. A wise move, certainly. A Week of Garfield. I wouldn't even wish a day of Garfield on my worst enemies.
This is the meaning.